listening to the Ochoman Behind the Eight Ball, only on Ignotainment.
I'm always on my old blacklist or something.
Without further ado, the one, the only Ochoman.
I'm trying to live my life, and it just makes me so wild and mean.
Hola, muchachos, my friends. It's March 6th here, and welcome back to the Ochoman Behind the Eight Ball. And we got our regular back today.
Yes, in person.
Armand's back on the show. We got Chris, our production man.
How we doing?
And we've got T.O. T.O. is making a cameo.
Wow.
Because you know what? I thought I gave T.O. a bad spot the last time he was on the show. And I said, you know what? I'm going to let the guy hang out with us today, too.
What happened? Some sort of disaster?
Well, he was completely a douchebag. But this time around, I think we found a glitch for him.
And you gave him another chance?
I'm giving him another chance.
A niche or niche.
What glitch did you find?
Yeah, glitch is an error.
Niche. That's what I meant.
All right.
All
The
right.
word of the day, niche.
Your beneficence is boundless.
Oh, don't start that bullshit again.
Just warming up for the word of the day.
Yeah, well, I think I may.
I thought T.O. was a really laid back kind of, rather.
He's not.
Boy, I got him off. I set him off, didn't I?
Yeah,
I brought up one name. I'm going to do that again in the middle of the show. See if I can get another rise out of him.
Well, he definitely had a rise on that one.
Boy, he's rather truculent.
Truculent.
Obstreperous.
Expressiveness. Yeah.
That was one of your words last week. Remember?
Was it? Was that one?
Obstreperous. Yes.
I forget everything, man.
You don't even remember your own word.
Yeah. But I do know that, hey, I'm working out. I'm getting...
I noticed that. I was wondering. There doesn't seem to be as much jowl. It's
jowl.
Jowl, yeah.
Is that, what, fat? What the hell are you talking
around
about?
I thought you had a little Juvederm or something. I could tell something was
I do
different.
have a Jewish friend.
I thought you were... did you get some heel lifts, too? Something's different.
Ah, douchebag. I've lost 9 pounds.
Oh, all right.
I'm, I don't know, man. I was at the doctor. I was at the doctor's office, and they read my sugar. I thought.
Did you read the latest? Now you should be eating cholesterol. Go ahead and eat it.
What's
latest,
that all about?
They just did a big study apparently, and cholesterol's okay.
Cholesterol's okay.
How do you like that? Yeah, doesn't matter.
Well, I got something that I want to run by you guys. After
you have a
right
medical,
now. Right now,
you
I'll bring
have a
it
medical
up.
Fact, or
I shit you not on this. They said that. I read this.
Subtly put.
Oh, it's okay when you use these fucking words that no one understands.
I would say this is not factitious.
This is a good fictitious story.
No, factitious.
Factitious.
There's
story.
a difference.
All right. Well, anyway, they just came out with smelling farts.
They just came out with that?
Smelling
I've been aware
farts.
of that for a long time.
Hang on, shut up here. Let me tell you. Smelling farts is good for cancer, against cancer.
Oh, come on.
No bullshit. I swear, I got to have Chris, if he
What's
can
your source
look
on this?
that up. I'm telling you right now, science has just proclaimed.
Science.
Well, I mean, it was there was a universal work on this.
Fact, Jack.
Before you give me that's a fact, Jack, find a university on this. But they found out that it's good against cancer, against stroke, against a heart attack. What the hell? I didn't come up with this bullshit.
This is true. This is you claiming this is a true story.
This is a true story. I wouldn't have come up with anything.
Now wait a minute.
Fractitious or whatever.
I'm assuming you have to inhale the vapors or just sniffing it.
Just
what do you mean?
Just put your head under the blanket.
Oh, a Dutch oven is almost like hyperbaric oxygen or something.
I hate to break in here and bring it up to you.
Do you have that article, Chris?
It looks like it was on The Onion or something like The Onion. So here's an NBC report. Here's an NBC report from half an hour ago.
Don't be telling me that. I was starting to smell I was taking whiffs of my shit.
That was my first question.
And
How many times
quit.
have you smelled your farts?
Well, for 3 days now. 3 days. I've been almost cross-eyed. Even when the kids fart and I'm going under the blanket to smell the 5-year-old shit.
Okay, so here's from about a half an hour ago from NBC News.
Yes.
No. Farts do not prevent cancer. The claims do not pass the smell test.
Blow it out your ass.
That's
Literally.
the sniff test, yes.
So you're telling me this is no good?
Yeah, they said...
we're not saying it's no good. It just doesn't cure cancer.
In all actuality, scientists have not said this.
If you derive some sort of perverse pleasure
Let him
from sniffing
finish
a
up,
fart,
will you? Would you quit ripping on me?
I think he's made his point.
Yeah, but hundreds of news outlets have reported it, even though it is inaccurate.
Wow.
So
It's inaccurate or accurate?
Inaccurate.
Yeah, well, all right then.
Hey, but it was out there. It was in hundreds of legitimate news outlets, so I can see how it would have seemed.
I was just going around.
It wasn't only on the Onion-esque sites. It was actually on some legitimate sites.
The people actually see that gives
What
you.
are
That
you
gives
talking about? That was one of them.
Yeah, that gives you an idea of how stupid people are. I mean, that's just out of hand. I had a friend,
And here, I got to tell you, and this is why I was thinking I'm getting in shape now. Maybe I was
because you've been smelling
whiffing down all these farts. Well, yeah, whatever. I mean, I read it on the news.
Is there any chance that's related to your weight loss?
Yeah, they didn't say it caused weight loss.
That could be another thing too.
Well,
I've lost like 9 pounds.
Well, I hope it's not a tumor that's shrinking. Have you been checked out?
Yeah, I've been checked
A
out.
body
What the
scan?
fuck are you bringing me down for? I'm in
not
good
bringing
shape.
you
Get
down.
out of here, you prick, you.
I just said you look better. You
All
look
right,
good.
you used some words I didn't know. You could have called me some.
You pluck those eyebrows and
I
you'll
got
be all
them
set.
too. What are you talking about? Oh, there's
that was
okay. Take a
salubrious.
whiff. Take a whiff of that. Okay,
feel better already.
Oh, well, leave some for me.
just like chemo.
Yeah, don't,
Just had my daily dose.
better than radium.
I'll tell you what, that's good stuff. Inhale, exhale. All right, yeah. So
We'll live to be 100 years.
yeah, well, they just came out with that baby that I don't know, 145 years old. They're saying that there's going to be a baby on Times Magazine.
No,
man.
I told you that. Like
Yeah,
a couple
we discussed
weeks
this on the last show.
On the last
the
show,
first
right.
human being to live to be 150 has already been born, apparently.
All right, okay, then we'll knock that one off.
And that even predated the farting story. So that's fartless longevity.
Here's a
If there
guy
is such
that's
a
got
thing.
a lot of energy, and he may not even need to fart that much, is Michael Sams.
Again?
Michael Sams, there's a Bovado betting site.
Haven't we cast enough light on his situation?
Yeah.
All
Relax,
right,
will
please,
you?
Elucidate.
You gay hater. All right, Michael Sams.
You go to one homophobic parade and
well, you know
you're
what?
labeled.
You wear one white hood, and just everyone's on you forever.
Jeez, you just can't live it down.
What's your problem?
You drag one gay guy from the back of a truck and they label you.
All right.
Those assholes. Society's
Cut
so
that, Chris.
judgmental.
Edit that, please.
No, we're okay. Michael Sams.
I am not a gay hater.
I know
gay people
you're
are
not.
really nice people.
I know. Yeah, I think your guy on that show. He even sounded a little.
Oh yeah. He's
your buddy.
My lifeline. Well, it's an interesting story about him. My girlfriend introduced me to him, and he's a really nice little guy, a little homunculus, diminutive, and so I asked her about this. Is he? He strikes me as gay. Yes.
Yeah.
Says, she said, I've diagnosed him as being gay, but he hasn't quite. He hasn't come to grips with it.
She talks like you too, huh?
Yeah. Well,
I
she has a
diagnosed him as being
she had
gay.
a PhD in English.
Oh yeah,
Very, very bright woman. Yeah.
That was in what?
Almost makes
2002?
me sorry I cheated on her and lost her.
Oh, yeah, that's how it goes. Was she hot?
Yeah, she was a good looking woman. Yeah.
Well, in any case,
But
Michael
I like him a little
Sams-
dumber. She was a little too smart.
Yeah, you like being over people. Michael Sams, according to Bovado betting site.
I've got a little story about.
Let's hear it. What the fuck are you going to jump in on for?
Well, before Michael Sams, your story about. Now, I'm not anti-guns. I'm not pro-guns, but Jeff told me the story when he was moving out to California. That's his name. Right. And like I said, he's a very small Lilliputian person. He walked. He was driving across the country to come to L.A. and he stopped.
What's a Lilliputian? What's that?
Lilliputian refers to very small. It's from Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift.
I got you.
The Land of Lilliput. You ever read that book in high school?
No, I didn't read that one. I used to always want to see the movie.
He went to Lilliput, and when he was 6 feet tall, and all of them were 10 inches tall, and then he went to Brobdingnag, where he was 1/10 the size. They were 10 times his size. You didn't read all this?
No, fucking get to the point.
Well, anyway, Jeff, he stops at a truck stop,
right?
Because it's a long trip, and he stops in a bathroom, and 3 menacing guys came up to him. It looked like curtains because it looked like they were going to
kill him,
do away with him, or rob him, or both. Yeah,
right.
He was packing. He told me he had a little 22. I guess. I mean, I can't see him with an AK .47 or anything. Very small, but he pulled a gun and out they ran.
Oh, he didn't shoot him.
No, just pulled it out.
See, you know what?
There you go.
I'm kind of torn between guns because shit like that. I mean, the guy survived.
Yeah.
If he didn't have that gun,
who knows? Who knows?
With that gun, he survives. I'm talking about these assault weapons that are out, and a guy goes to see a movie. Next thing you know, a guy pops out in front of him with a assault weapon and starts shooting everybody in Colorado. I mean, that's what I don't want them to have. And
yeah, but that of course brings up the issue. If they want to get it, they're going to get it, right?
Right.
We want the good people. I mean, like for instance, your sister. If she's going into a bad neighborhood or something, wouldn't you want her to be armed?
No, there's no question about it. I totally agree with you.
What does your brother-in-law think? He's a policeman.
Well, I think it's hands off to the guns. I mean, he wants people to have their guns.
Most police do.
So
what does Michael Sams think about gun control?
Well, I don't know about his
I'm trying
feeling
to
towards gun control,
see how I steered him back to the.
Yeah. Thank
I know
you.
What I'm doing with
Thank
him.
you, because I lost Michael Sams there for a second.
Right. You have to know how to,
What do you got, Chris? Do you want to jump in on my Michael Sams real?
No, I was just going to say something that was very smart ass. So I'll
go ahead.
Go
ahead. Everyone's
it
on the
involved
roll
Michael
lately.
Sam and his gun and who he's controlling, whose guns he's controlling.
All right.
That's in very
I have
poor
a quick
taste.
It's inappropriate, really.
Yes.
Is Michael Sam dancing with a female or a male on
He's
the show?
dancing with a female.
Are you sure?
Oh,
We went into that.
Yes.
Did you hear the show?
Yes, on the show. He's dancing with a female, and she's probably going to be hot.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're all hot on that show.
Yeah.
What the hell just happened in my ear?
Wow.
This is in tribute to Michael Sam.
Okay.
I like ABBA. How can you call me homophobic if I like ABBA? I like the Bee Gees, too. And
You do like the Bee
It's
Gees?
ironic that it's Dancing Queen.
And Broadway musicals.
All right.
So I've actually had a friend that did Dancing with the Stars. And,
Who's that?
I just loved The Wicked.
Prefer not to say her name, but
Well, why don't you say the name? Fuck,
no,
everyone
but
wants to hear the name. You can't say your friend's name that danced?
There's a little bit of slander towards the show.
We can't say anything. He had 3 or 4 good stories. We can't bring up any of them.
He can't bring up any names.
Yeah, we can't mention any names with him.
Talking to her, she said that it was pretty well known who was going to go home and win on that show.
All right,
So
time
that's
out for a
fixed too?
second.
The show's fixed?
Hey, Chris, next time we have him on the air, what we ought to do is just change his voice to.
They get real verbal.
Yeah, give him the distortion. Yeah, like the mob guys.
I've got a friend who has had a problem.
It sounds like Bane.
It does. That's actually very good.
Yeah, thanks.
No, I would not want to get her in any trouble for saying that, but she's from what she said, it was very the odds stayed true throughout the show.
What do you mean?
The Vegas odds
Right.
were pretty accurate with what happened.
Do you make your picks?
Well, I got to tell you this. I got to tell you
have
guys
picks on
this.
that?
He's right now at Bovado Betting. He's going off at 9-1 to win with Dancing with the Stars, but they do not know that Michael Sams in St. Louis, whenever he used to come down here to St. Louis, he visited a lot. Mm-hmm. The guy liked to dance. This was his big passion, dancing.
So, is this an Ochoman? Is this an official Ochoman pick?
This is an official 9-1 dark
Take
horse
it.
play.
Take it.
Dark horse. Michael Sams.
Hey, watch it. Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. Michael Sams at 9-1. You can't beat it, my friends.
okay.
Who's the favorite?
Well, I don't know. I didn't get into all that. But the Vegas, what Bovado is coming up with, he's 9-1 to win Dancing with the Stars, but he's 6-1 to have a chance to play in the NFL again.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Is his football career officially over? I guess not, right? He's a young guy. He's a young
According
kid.
to Bovado and according to Michael Sams, he definitely wants to be back in the NFL. But Bovado is saying you got a better chance in the NFL than you do with Dancing with the Stars. And I disagree with Bovado on this one. I think 9-1 is a good play here.
What's Danny Sheridan got on you playing in the NFL?
It's over. It's
Yeah?
over. Danny.
What do you think he'd lay on that?
I'd say I'm probably a good 20-1.
I'll take that bet.
I tell you what, Bruce in San Antonio doesn't agree.
Yeah, I remember the guy who
well,
emailed in last week, Jono.
Yeah, Bruce from San Antonio.
He was not hot on your on your football career.
I heard that prick. I heard that prick's got another smart ass.
He's actually not hot on Ochoman's football knowledge either. It appears.
Oh God!
Oh boy, do we have? When do we? Are we saving?
I don't know if that
letter?
one's going to make the air.
Are we saving that?
We'll save that for later.
Yes.
We'll save that for later.
Yeah, right.
Good. Malediction and vituperation.
What the fuck was that?
M&V.
That has to be a commercial.
Is that like S&M?
Better. Via email. Yeah.
All right. Look, can I move on here with other news here?
Proceed accordingly.
This one really bothered me. This one bothered me. Something
sorry to
about
hear
this
that.
one, and it's not about what I'm about to start off with. NASCAR.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Okay, I know, but I never got into NASCAR.
What do you know what
care
NASCAR
less.
stands for?
No.
National Association of Stock Car Auto Racing.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now we could.
You know what Uncle stands
fart
for?
away and
The-
smell our farts.
The man
more.
from Uncle?
No.
United Network for the Control of Law Enforcement.
Oh, really?
And their enemies are Thrush, Technical Hierarchy for the Removal of Undesirables and Subjugation of Humanity.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on right now.
I don't either.
You're too young. You don't remember those shows in the 1960s.
I do know what hoses and guns.
No, it's Guns and Hoses.
Guns and hoses.
How could you not know that? That's your favorite band.
No, Guns and Roses.
Right, but
My
that's what
favorite
it's
band.
based on.
It's based
You
on
think
that.
It's a
It's with
coincidence?
firemen take on. Okay, whatever. Leave
You know
me
what
alone.
zip code stands for?
No, I don't care. How's that? How's that grab you? All right, now NASCAR. They got this thing right now.
That's an acronym, by the way. That's what that's called.
All right, I don't care. Put a lid on it for a second. Let me get this goddamn story out. Kurt Busch.
I've seen the story. I'm putting it off. Okay.
Kurt Busch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
Well,
driver, right?
you'll find this out to be a little interesting
Okay.
here.
He's a driver.
Kurt Busch gets in trouble in Delaware for domestic violence.
That happens. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. And
we don't advocate
And
it.
NASCAR comes out and suspends the guy.
Well, that's what generally
But
happens.
this is what just went down here. Delaware has just dropped the case,
Why?
saying that they have insufficient evidence and this guy needs to walk. We're not pressing any charges. NASCAR, in return, says, screw you. We don't care. He's still suspended.
Wow. Well, that's...
Hey, that's bullshit. This is what I'm talking about.
Wow.
This is bullshit.
Thank
This
you.
is the kind of shit that the guys go
Can
through
you
all the
amplify
time.
with that? Well, you did amplify.
What kind of sound effect you got
What
on
was
this
that?
one? I don't know. Some
Like a
little
mosquito or a...
pee-wee guy.
South Park discussing
Oh.
discussing NASCAR.
That's actually one of the best episodes of South Park.
Banks are grafted down to the right specs, and there shouldn't be any
You're
problem.
so-
We like to crack it. You gotta grab the banks and spans. It's like an oval. So we're gonna drive straight, and then we're gonna be turning to the left.
That is not the best South Park. The South Park that is the best South Park is Saddam and the Devil.
That was the movie, though.
It don't matter. That was the best fucking. I love that one.
Well, I think
That is a good one. I just used that one because we were discussing NASCAR.
I know you are, and I'm telling you right now that I think Kurt Busch is getting robbed here.
Well, he can thank Ray Rice in the NFL for that.
Yeah, they have. I mean, this is more political correctness.
Yeah, but
run
no.
amok.
Kurt Busch has turned out to say that I did nothing wrong. I did nothing, Colonel Hogan, and they still after this guy.
John Banner. It was John Banner.
I don't care about John Banner. I just said something. So, I'm pleading to America here. We got to stop this bullshit, my friends. We got to stop being politically correct on everything.
Ochoman.
So you're saying innocent until proven guilty?
Yeah, if you're guilty, serve it. But you know what? You're not guilty. They've dropped They've dropped this charge on him in Delaware. Screw this case. What's wrong with America?
Wow. A plea for justice from the Ochoman.
Well, here's what I'm saying, man. I watched the stupid-ass Oscars. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Okay. American Sniper, name pops up, no one claps or anything like that. I mean, everything is to this country now. You got to be politically correct. And now, out of the clear blue, I got to bring this up, too. New York City's making a deal where they should have Muslim holidays as well. And that's bullshit.
For city employees or who?
No, for city employees, for the school and all that. You know what? Let's remember 9/11, my friends, before we make any Muslim holiday in New York City.
Is that one of the Muslim holidays they're wanting to recognize?
No, that's not a holiday.
Yes, that would be important.
How the hell does he just take the mic and say something like that?
This may be his swan song.
Yeah.
T.O. maybe.
Anyway, I got to relax after that one.
But that was quite a stem winder you had there.
Yeah, that stem
quite a screed.
I tell you, and it all started with that prick over there across the table telling me that I can't smell my own farts anymore.
I did say that. Maybe you should return to that.
Onion News
Seems to be.
I was enjoying it.
I didn't actually say it was on the Onion. I said it was on a site that was like the Onion.
You sure that's not legit?
It sounds like a lampoon.
I'm 99% positive.
He's 99%. Okay, I got that 1% on it.
Yeah, used to. So you're telling me there's a chance?
About the bus drivers, what did you come up with there, T.O.?
T.O. has a story?
I have a story.
Yeah, he's got a story about the bus drivers in
good.
Seattle.
You're on the bubble here, I think. Ochoman's going to
I'm feeling the pressure.
Yeah. So you may be expelled and banished.
All right, let him talk, for the love of God. One time, let him
prescribed.
talk.
So, bus service provider King County Metro Transit.
Slow down with the bus. You just blew out a earring on that one.
Is looking to hire a station coordinator. They're calling the station coordinator the bathroom czar. They're looking to pay this individual $100,000 a year.
Wow.
After an audit found that the drivers for the company did not have enough stops to go to the bathroom.
Wait a minute. How many drivers are there?
There's 26,000 drivers.
26,000? Bullshit. That's a whole goddamn town in Illinois. You mean 2,600?
Nope, 26,000 drivers.
Wow. School bus drivers?
I take that back. Or 2,600. You're right, Ocho, man.
26,000 drivers.
Wow.
What the fuck's he talking about?
Yeah, he's off by a logarithm.
Yeah, that
2,600 drivers, and you're paying this guy $100,000 to find him Johnny on the spots. All these drivers.
I think I'd take that job.
I would love that job.
Would you take that job?
But more disturbingly, the audit found that more than 5% of the drivers were wearing diapers while on their shifts.
That's a good.
Yes, that's a positive.
Yeah.
That was well timed.
Diapers.
It's almost like a punctuation.
Wow.
Two questions for you guys.
Well, it makes sense.
Well, yeah, and you know what? Those bus drivers too. They're probably stinking up that bus, which would be.
They'd be very healthy.
I'd be in there.
They'd be healthy for the kids.
Healthy for the kids.
No cancer in that bunch.
Every little kid who walks by, the bus driver says, "Pull the finger, pull the finger,
like
boy."
Dad used to do.
Have you wore a diaper as an adult?
No, I hope to see it 40 years from now, but I'm sure it's amazing. You come into this world wearing a fucking diaper, you go out in this world wearing a diaper.
You come in with no teeth, and that's the way you leave, too.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, but no, we haven't wore a diaper yet.
Would you be the bathroom czar?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for $100 G.
I'd be the bathroom czarina.
Ocho, man. I can hear. Here's your toilet paper.
Well, Strom Thurmond in 1948?
Oh, good old Strom.
Strom set a record because he had the filibuster for I don't know how many hours. He set the record, and they had him hooked up so that he could just piss into a bottle. They had a little apparatus on him.
How the hell does that happen?
Well, he can't leave the Senate floor. He's got to, as long as he's filibustering, he can't go to the bathroom. So they had him fixed up so he could piss without pissing his pants.
Was there some oxygen getting in this bottle too? Because it could expand in there.
The piss?
No. The Pepe. The Pepe in the bottle head. It could get
Strom
stuck
was pretty
because
old at the time.
It happened to me one time.
Well, Strom
while
had
I was
a kid.
driving.
Strom's wife had a kid when he was 73, I think.
Holy shit.
Your deal got caught in a bottle while driving?
What happened?
Well, I was driving. I didn't want to pull over, so I did like the Dumb and Dumber version. And I grabbed the bottle and.
Was it a wide mouth bottle? I mean,
it was. I thought it was okay, but when I started peeing in there, after a while,
you got excited?
No, I didn't fucking get excited. The bottle, you could get stuck in there.
Well, how'd you get in without?
Yeah, I mean, there's no air in there.
I can see where you get in there.
While.
Oh, a suction. It
created
a suction.
I got suction down there. I tell you.
I think we could make some money with that. That's a very innovative.
Money with what?
Yes.
Well, there is something like that. I got a buddy. I got a buddy that got suctioned to where we had to call a fire department.
I had a girlfriend that worked in the emergency room. She had,
she probably knows the guy that had it. Yeah.
You believe those Richard Gere stories?
With the what is that? With the
Armageddon.
Can we say that?
No. Yeah,
can we say that about the habit trail up his ass?
Yeah, of course.
Armageddon.
What was that? It was a gerbil.
It was a gerbil. Well, it was a hamster.
Hamster? I thought it was a gerbil. It wasn't a fucking
Some
hamster.
kind of rodent.
It was a gerbil.
I thought it was a hamster.
Oh, now you're wrong. Now you're wrong.
Okay.
Any little sleazy notes like that, I'm the king of that.
It was a cavy. You know what a cavy is?
No, but I knew you'd bring up some word that I didn't know just to diffuse your loss.
It's the scientific name for a guinea pig. It's not a guinea pig. It's a cavy.
What is it? Chris, gerbil or hamster?
Was he going to look that up on the internet?
Gerbil.
What's that?
I always heard it was a gerbil.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's hamsters, the porn site I like. Yeah, I must have got it confused.
Yeah. Have you guys heard the famous news story? It's all over the internet, and it's titled Armageddon.
Yeah, we've heard that the last couple of years now.
It's a great.
It's that news guy.
Yeah.
That
I haven't heard this.
Yeah, you have.
It's hysterical.
You got to find it for him between me and this Patriots story here, Chris. The Patriots, they don't have too fondness for loyal people. 11 seasons with the Patriots. Belichick releases Vince Wilfork. And you know what? I mean, this guy's been around with the team. He was a down lineman and so forth. They just release him after 11 years. Belichick just does not have no loyalty.
That guy's
at all.
ruthless.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he is ruthless.
Yeah, he's not loyal at all. But on the same line here, the Colts also part ways with Reggie Wayne. And
I saw that
Wayne,
too.
That's kind of.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? 14 years enough, right?
You know
he didn't have a real
though?
good season.
I just hate seeing the old players go like that. You know, something's got to be done.
Yeah, but you know, like they had a guy like Barry Sanders who, almost at the peak of his career, quits. I don't know. Maybe there's something about you shouldn't stay on too long. You make a fool of yourself.
Well, what about
like
that?
Ali? Look what happened to him. He kept fighting, and now the poor guy.
He doesn't
even
know
drink
where
a glass
he's at.
of water. Yeah.
Who's that running back?
Do you know the five guys?
LaShawn McCoy.
LaShawn McCoy. He just got traded to the Buffalo Bills, and this is a big time A player. This is what gets me though, Tio. This is me talking to you now.
Yes.
You're in the sports here.
Yes.
Now,
hey, I'm into sports.
You're into sports, but you wouldn't.
I like
really,
ballet better, but
right. I realize that. Now, if you want to move up on the draft, and there's rumors that he wants the coach for Philadelphia wants Mariota.
So yes, and actually,
and this is where I'm going with this. Why wouldn't you have traded up with your LaShawn running back?
From a close source, I actually heard Saturday night, and I laughed at this person, that they were shopping Nick Foles, LaShawn McCoy, and their first-round pick to get inside the top 10 to go after Marcus Mariota.
No kidding.
I told the person there's no fucking way they will trade all that to move up 16 spots in the draft.
Right.
And sure enough,
so
they trade McCoy for
They
an
did
inside,
look in that avenue then.
Apparently.
Okay.
They traded McCoy, who has more yards from scrimmage than any back the last 5 years, for an inside linebacker.
Well, now that goes to my next story then, DeMarco Murray.
Can I comment on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Let's
thanks.
hear your thing. Here.
No, your next story, because I have no comment about the last one.
It just, to me, though, it cheapens the running back position now. DeMarco Murray wants that big contract with Dallas.
Well, the other thing that what I was wanting to top on the story, too,
Go
is
ahead.
It's becoming Eugene East.
Tell me more.
Chip Kelly is going after nothing but Oregon players. I feel like people aren't really talking about this as much. He trades LaShawn McCoy for Kiko Alonso, who played for him at Oregon.
Well, then this is – I don't know how he could move up. I don't know how he could move up. I'm thinking that Mariota is looking probably 1 through 6. I don't think he's the number 1 pick. He may not be the number 2. They're saying he's in the top 6. So,
Jameis Winston's taken a beating the last 3 days from pundits. I don't know, not really sure from what, but, all the talk of Winston being the number 1 pick in the draft.
Right. I'm going to bet you, I'll bet you lunch, he's still number 1.
It's losing steam.
Yeah, but it'll show to me that that Mariota, what, they're moving him up on the draft?
No, they're just saying that neither one will be the top overall player.
All right, okay, because I don't see Mariota. I told you about Mariota 2 years ago.
You did.
I said I don't like this kid. I just don't think he's a good player.
Great college player. And the thing is, the fad that's quickly dying was the dual option quarterback, guys that are able to get outside the pocket, throw the ball, run around. One thing on Woolfolk for you, Ochoman, I know that this is something you will think is very cool. Vince Woolfolk is a racehorse owner.
Well, that's beautiful.
I know your passion for the ponies.
I love the horse racing.
Yeah. So his horse, at the beginning of March, I guess last weekend, won its second race.
Really?
I don't know the name of the horse or anything.
What kind of race was it? Was it a big race?
I would have to look. I'm not real sure. But
all right, I got you.
Kind of a little fun fact on Vinny Woolfolk.
But that was my... Now you could chime back in there, Armand. But you picked up some stuff there.
Yeah. Yes, that was very valuable information.
Here's some sad news. This is the type of news that just pisses me off.
Now, is it sad or is it frustrating?
It's sad to me, and it's frustrating, and it's something that I think us Americans in America need to...
We Americans.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. I seen this on the news.
The nominative.
All right. I seen this on the news. A former UNC... offensive lineman named Ryan Hoffman. Okay, Ryan Hoffman is homeless in Florida.
That's too bad.
He's addicted to painkillers and alcohol.
Yep.
And you know what? The guy is lucky to find an abandoned home at nights just so he can kick back and get a place to stay.
And drink alcohol and take OxyContin.
All right, that's
right,
not
enough
funny
of that.
on that one. Because I got to tell you this. This is where I'm going with this.
I know where
our
Chris
doctors,
is going.
Our doctors. They don't know. They didn't know. They know now. They didn't know what all this pain medication pills were all about.
Do they know about the farts being anti-cancer?
I don't know about the farts. That's a hidden secret that you're seeing a
Ochoman
rejuvenation in me because I'm a little cross-eyed. But in any case, I'm just telling you right now, these doctors did not know about these pain medications. They went on the brochure of OxyContin, Persican, and all.
What didn't they know? They know they're addictive.
They knew. You can't give this type of medication to people with bad.
Listen, let me tell you what happened.
Let me tell you
what
I'm
sure Armand understands this as much as anyone does. The pharmaceutical outfits who make stuff like OxyContin, Purdue is, I believe, who makes it.
Yes, Purdue. Started
to get together. This was, I think like the mid '90s. Started to have huge events, bring all these doctors together. These big, high profile, everything paid for. To really start influencing them to start overprescribing these medications, and you can follow that almost exactly, and see. Start being prescribed more and more stuff like OxyContin, stuff like hydrocodone.
All right, I'm going to defend my profession.
All right, let's hear this one. This ain't like your.
I'm not saying it's the doctor.
Global warming.
There's an adage. We'll get to that. But there's an adage in medicine. How much pain medication do you give a patient in pain?
Medication. That was medication.
Oh, pardon me.
Word of the day.
You said medication. It was medication.
I meant elocution.
Let's say it right.
Good catch, Ochoman.
Thank you, T.O. He does it to me every fucking time.
I'm being corrected by an illiterate.
Thank you.
Anyways, that probably militates against the point I'm going to make. The point I'm making is
militate all you want.
Yes, vitiate. How much pain medication do you give a patient? As much as necessary. And it's a very difficult thing because if you want to piss off a patient and you want to get sued, you let them sit there in pain for a few days, and what do you think they're going to do? Now, there's another saying, a high patient is a happy patient.
Sure.
So, you just keep them.
Well, I'm just telling you right now, if you know...
Pain is very subjective. You just can't see it on an X-ray. You have to take a person's, you have your suspicions, but you have to take a person's word for it that they're in pain.
I'm just saying to you right now that if the doctors know that this is addicting, it's like heroin. It's considered soft heroin.
Real Sports just did a special on this. And what they said is once the athlete runs out of their prescription, say a kid tears his ACL, he gets his surgery, he goes in, he gets his 60 pills. Goes to therapy, doctor writes him a follow-up for 30 pills or 60 pills, whatever the case is. Once that runs out, the doctor cuts it off because they do know the risks now. They do know what happens.
Yeah, don't you know that 30 to 60 days, though, now you're thriving on this shit? Now the kid wants it?
But if you're going through physical therapy and you're still in pain and still hurting, the doctor looks at that as, all right, we're trying to rebuild. And Armand, you can probably speak to this more.
They have some very strict guidelines, and the AMA is just, they are looking into this problem, and it is a problem. And now, you have to they have toxicity reports, they have blood levels of what the opioids are, and you're supposed to do this. Now, a lot of doctors still don't, but they're supposed to be doing this, and after 2 or 3 months, you're not getting anywhere, and you're just increasing these dosages. And people aren't getting any better. You're supposed to refer them to a pain clinic.
I mean
there are guidelines.
How many doctors, though, you come in the front door and leave out the back door with your medication?
Well, it's very difficult to enforce. It is.
And that's what I'm talking here with this Ryan Hoffman. I mean,
I'm not going to blame the doctor, though, for his situation.
This is painkillers. I've seen it. I've seen it before. I've seen it with
Why don't you blame the guy who owns a liquor store? He's also an alcoholic.
Yeah, but that right there, though, is
why don't
not
you go to Lynchburg and blame the Jack Daniels.
We could argue about this.
The thing they are, back to the story real quick though. They did say that kids are turning to heroin quicker because of this, because it's cheaper, because it's more available.
Obviously.
And the issue is it's in.
That's the other problem. These people always have access to these drugs.
Yeah. I got to tell you guys something real quick too. My daughter said to me, "Dad, there was this kid in our school selling pills, selling these painkiller pills for $15 a pill," and she's 14.
Right. Yeah, they steal it from their mom and dad.
Yeah. And you know what's happening?
And the access to this stuff is so much higher.
Right,
than it was.
That's what he was saying.
At any other.
You can get it on the internet.
In American history.
And the way her school does it, it's really cool. I got to bring this up too. Is you don't have to tell the teacher who this kid is, but you can write it in a book. Write a piece of paper in a book and put it at the library and hand it to. What the fuck? The kid's gonna mention? I told her I don't want you mentioning.
Now she writes down what does she write down?
The kid's name. She writes down the kid's name and what he's dealing, and then she can hand that to the library person.
How do they know that has the damning information in it?
Well, that's to her. She said that they can write the information, what this kid's doing, and so forth, and not put her name behind it. So I think that's beautiful. So that keeps somewhat
anonymous.
Yeah.
My daughters are quite a bit younger, so I have not lived through a lot of this.
Well, is that grade school too?
1 year old.
That's what I'm saying, though. Is it widespread?
I would think it's very widespread.
I mean, our kid goes to a good school in West
he's an
County.
aristocrat, so you can imagine what the peasants are putting up with.
And she's telling me it's very out there.
Of course,
in the article or on
in fact, I would amend that. The richer kids, it seems to be more of a problem in the more affluent neighborhoods.
That's
even more than
a
you
cop
would think.
came by our neighborhood and he said, "Have you had any golf clubs or anything stolen?" And then I said, "No, why?" He said, "Well, we just had a bust on this kid that had a bunch of golf clubs, and he's selling it just to get pills."
Well, that's right. To the Real Sports, that piece that they aired, they did talk about it. It was suburban, and it was middle to upper class kids that are having these issues. And they talked about there's almost a justification with the kids and the parents that it's not cocaine, it's not they're not doing street drugs. There's a justification of it being a pharmaceutical.
Believe me, this population. I mean, we are addicted to drugs. I mean, I don't even know what the average is, but people over 50, I think the average is 5 or 6 medications. Now, they're not necessarily opioids, but we're putting our kids on Prozac, we're putting on antidepressants, we're putting on Ritalin.
Right.
Or Adderall or whatever. I mean, this is the most medicated country in the world.
Oh, without a doubt.
And it's only going to get worse. So you got to expect things like this.
Yeah. Well, it's sad. It's sad that
you take any medication?
I'm on blood pressure meds.
Well, you stop taking. I told you, cholesterol. Don't worry about it.
You're good.
Didn't we do that study?
I'm not
go ahead and eat cholesterol.
Yeah,
You're losing weight.
As soon as I stop, some shit's going to happen.
You talking to my brother-in-law? He's your cardiologist, right?
I went to him.
Did he put you on it?
No, he didn't put me on that. But he had me on the stress test. He shot some nuclear or radiation shit in me, and then I had to run. And you
survived,
huh? I did very good. He said I was really stellar. I tell you.
Stellar.
Was it the glowy the dye that glows?
Yeah.
That's an interesting. When you get that shot inside you, it's interesting.
Well, yeah, I got really hot and everything, man. Yeah. It was weird.
I'd like to see Ochoman glowing in here sometime.
I glow every time I see you.
Oh, you're sweet.
I love you.
He said glow, not blow.
Yeah.
Not gloat.
All right. Aaron Hernandez.
All right.
This is what I don't understand
This
about
is one guy I don't think Belichick's responsible for. I don't think he threw him under the bus.
This guy is so incriminating. I mean,
he's not real smart.
He's got a car match tracks at the murder scene. I don't know how this fucking guy. Every time you see him in the courthouse,
why did they kill the guy anyway? What was the motive for that?
He was dating his girlfriend's or his Aaron Hernandez baby mama or fiance. This guy was dating her sister.
Oh, well,
okay.
I'd shoot the hell out of him too.
Sure.
Yeah.
So there was some issues. Don't know if he smacked her around or what, but
come on. It's
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying.
No, so the guy beat up his girlfriend's sister.
Bullshit.
Something could have.
I don't know.
It's
I
all
mean, it had to be a
bullshit,
motive.
because I'm telling you right now, they got some more killings from this guy.
Well, I know he's a gangbanger. I mean, he's got a history.
He's not that's just not an isolated situation.
Urban Meyer will have his day. I cannot wait until they dig up all the stuff that went on at the University of Florida while Meyer was there with these kids.
When he says that too, all of a sudden Meyer says, "I got a bad heart. I need a year off. I'm going to take off a year."
Yeah, he's like those guys in Casino.
Yeah,
Remember the mob bosses? They had to have their ventilators and everything.
How do you think Tebow got along with that cat in the locker room? I mean, that's very interesting.
He needed. The Florida Gators needed a Tebow.
What did Urban Meyer do? Is he kind of a...
He was the coach at the time.
I know that, but
apparently there's some
Sandusky
incidents.
kind of stuff?
Oh, no. Apparently
okay,
there's been some
that.
incidents
Well,
on there with Hernandez having
he
reports.
played there?
Yeah.
Oh.
A couple reports of Hernandez, putting a gun to someone's head one night outside a bar.
There were people missing that they're saying that he's part of that.
That's pretty
too.
common. I remember maybe in the 80s, I remember when Bosworth did his little piece on steroids and talking about how these guys would pull shotguns on pizza delivery guys. I mean, it's a steroids.
Yeah, but they never did anything like that. This guy is just a thug. I tell you, if Florida needed a Tebow, that all the attention.
Were they on the team together?
What's that?
Tebow and Hernandez? Were they on the same team?
Yeah, they were on the same team.
Wow, that's a volatile combination.
Well, my point is, though, every time something happened, you quickly brought in Tebow into the spotlight. Talk about religion, God, and everything.
John 3:16.
Tebow leaves, Urban Meyer leaves.
Yeah. So I
like
don't
Tebow.
know.
I'm
I don't
surprised
know.
he's not playing for somebody.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I really
I
like
mean,
him.
he's a good quarterback too.
He's the SEC guy now. He's one of the broadcasters for
good
the
for him.
SEC channel.
Do you
I like
believe
I
that
like the kid.
Just real quick, do you believe that he was a virgin, like he claimed all the way through his Heisman Trophy wins
Yeah, what a waste.
and being on that campus?
I hope he didn't waste his life
time
like
out,
that.
though. Time out. On that note, too, I read in Penthouse while I was
Is
sitting
this
on
where you got
stool.
the fart story?
He's one of the guys who actually reads
They
the
got a good
articles.
forum there. And there's a lot of virgins that say they take it in the butt.
Oh yeah, well that's in the Muslim countries. That's why they do that. You're technically still a virgin.
I'm not. Don't bring up the Muslims.
women,
I
right?
can't bring up the.
So you're saying the women, right?
Yeah, the women.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm a virgin, so I'm going to take it in the ass.
Yeah, they take it in the butt.
Yeah,
Or
you're
you
still
can give
technically
it-
a virgin. Yeah.
and they can give a BJ too. So
Well, that's true.
So-
Bill Clinton knows that.
Back
Sure.
to Tebow. Was he?
Well, he might have been doing that. He might have been
I
messing
can't
around.
see.
No, I
well, wait a
can't.
minute. No, that doesn't apply. I think if you're a man and you put it in a woman's butt, you're not a virgin anymore. The woman is still a virgin.
The man is not. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
it's not commutative.
Earmuffs. They
Oh,
can
really?
fuck, shit,
That's
bitch,
correct.
Whatever you want. Cock, balls. Okay. I'm just
So you really do believe Tebow was not out
What was that from?
chasing women like that and
Old school.
living the college dream?
No, I think he was legit. I think
Really?
he was a Peyton Manning. I think.
Well, can you
Peyton
imagine
Manning
the girls
was
on
like
that
it,
campus when they found that out would
Wait a
love to
minute.
be the guy that break his chair? He'd be like, you know,
Peyton Manning was accused of sexual assault in college.
too.
I'm here for the
Shut
gangbang.
up. Peyton Manning, he's a clean cut kid.
Not kidding.
No kidding.
Look it
clean
up.
cut kids.
No, he was
commit
never
assault and
charged,
rape?
but yeah, he was.
He was never charged. Once
yeah.
again, we're in that fucking bullshit again. Once again, never charged, and we're gonna. Hey, Kurt Busch, there was a Peyton Manning out there before you, so don't worry about it, my
I'm
friend.
here for the gangbang.
So this guy just
That's what
sits
Peyton
in.
said.
So this guy just sits in the courthouse and straight face and thinking he's going to be freed up.
Who are we talking about?
Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, Hernandez.
Aaron
He's
Hernandez.
not going to be freed up.
He's in
ever.
trouble. You see OJ's, he wanted to get surgery. Then I could let him get out of jail for surgery on his knee. And he's claiming that he's going to be confined to a wheelchair for the rest of his life because, they won't let him go get his surgery. He needs a knee replacement.
Is he looking to play in the Gridiron Gang or something?
I think he's just looking to walk.
In the longest yard?
Yeah, he'd be the who's
The
the old
longest
guy?
yard.
Nate Scarborough. Remember him?
Yep.
Which one was
From
that? The
Polo
quarterback?
Ground. That's from the old one. I don't know about. I didn't see the second one. The Burt Reynolds.
Yeah,
one.
the
No,
Burt
Nate
Reynolds.
Scarborough.
That was
guy
the longest yard.
Remember? Yeah, right. Nate Scarborough, the guy that was, you just got yourself a job.
Uh-huh.
Remember? And he played in the game. And what's his name? Oblansky or whatever the hell it was tackled him. The guy that Ray Nitschke played.
Right.
tackled
He was the guard, right?
Yeah,
He was on the guard side.
Well, he's a linebacker. He was on Blue 69. They hit him in the nuts with the football.
Right,
That was Ray
right.
Nitschke.
He said, let him in.
Yeah. Blue 69.
Let him in.
That was great. Was the second one any good? I didn't see
The
the
second one was nothing like the
couldn't.
first.
St.
that
Louis's
was
own
great.
Nelly was in it, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
great.
Yeah, good for him.
Okay.
I still don't want to see it.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, he's messed up.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, a good friend of mine lives right across the street from Santa Monica Airport, right where that is. I go there a lot. Yeah, that's dangerous.
You could fly a plane? Why, yes. Land? No.
Oh, which one's that from? Is that
Right, Indiana Jones.
I know, but which one?
I don't remember which one.
I thought it was
Doesn't
pretty
really
good
matter.
just hearing it. Goddamn.
yeah, he's right on the money.
Harrison Ford crashed a single plane onto a golf course in Venice.
Yeah,
First reports was he's in critical shape.
no, he's okay.
Now it's been upgraded to fair and moderate. Hey, why do all these big timers
They love to fly.
fly, ski? Something always takes these guys out.
Travolta's a big pilot. Yeah,
Yeah.
they love that. They love the flying.
I mean,
He's a cock pilot.
Uh-oh. Another. Man.
Oh, I didn't bring it.
Yeah,
Well, Chris did that
okay.
one. Wow.
Edit that. Edit yourself.
No, my
Speak
point
the
being
truth,
is
man.
all these big timers. You see, I mean, Sonny. Remember Sonny?
Sonny who?
Sonny.
James Caan?
No.
Sonny Bono?
Sonny Bono.
Oh, Sonny Bono.
Sonny
He
Bono.
died skiing, yeah.
Skiing.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
too
it's
bad.
always something stupid that takes out
You
someone.
know Palm
big.
Springs Airport's named Sonny Bono Airport? Did you know that?
I did see that
Yeah,
one
that's
time
right.
when I
It
was
is.
there.
Yeah, they loved him out there.
What do you got to say?
Nah, I just the fascination with flying these small planes is something I've never.
I think it's a World War II fighter he was flying.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they love to fly those things.
Actually, Chris seen it. Seen the plane. He was.
What was it? What kind of plane was it?
I don't know what it was. I mean, it was an older World War II plane, but
It's a nice looking plane.
P-51
too.
Mustang, I'll bet. They love flying those Mustangs.
And this is not the first plane that's hit
No, I
that
think
golf course.
Not the first plane he's crashed either. I think he's had a couple of hard
it was
landings.
a helicopter.
Wow.
Yeah. He's had his lumps.
Well, this is the second time a plane's hit that golf course. The first time a kid hit it and
It's
died.
right by the
He
airport.
died?
Yeah, he died.
Jesus
That
Christ.
kid wasn't lucky, but Harrison Ford, boy, he's got
72
that.
years old.
He's fucking Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he's Indiana Jones. He's
Of
Star
course he
Trek.
was.
He's Han Solo. Fuck
He's
yeah,
married
gonna
to what's her
line
name?
that.
Flockhart, right?
Yeah,
Callista
Callista Flockhart.
Isn't he? He's about to do a couple big movies coming up, correct?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's doing.
You know, he started as a carpenter. I think he was working at George Lucas's house.
Yeah, I
on
bet
a
you,
cabinet or something.
No shit.
And he said, "Would you like to be in American Graffiti?" And they made him Bob Falfa.
Yeah, he still does a lot
That's
of that
why.
stuff.
That's why I think
I told
got
you to be a
great
carpenter.
I'm
What, you're
telling
not a
you,
carpenter?
I got a great shot with this movie you got me in.
Carpenters don't get it. Listen, Jesus and
talking
Harrison
about-
Ford are the only carpenters that.
Fuck the carpenter. Why you keep bringing up? I'm talking
Well, I don't
about
know. I thought-
men of granite.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you keep.
I'm going to be.
We're putting Cromer's kid in that. Good looking
Yeah,
kid.
well, he's just do him as a walk by or something.
Put Cromer in it.
Day
No,
player.
let's
his kid.
keep Cromer out of it, okay?
He'd be a hell of an actor.
Yeah,
He's got a good radio show too.
Yeah.
I think it's better than ours.
You shut your mouth when you're talking
That's
to me.
what I'm saying, Chris. That's what I'm saying,
Shut
baby.
your mouth when you sniff my farts.
So he crashes his plane.
Okay, well, he's all right. That's good.
He's all right.
See, now we've never heard any stories about him having gerbils up his ass. So he's probably right. He's a right
you
guy.
You see. Now you're in the right track. It's
Yeah, I know. I see. Like I like Lord Keynes once said, "When the facts change, I change my mind."
There you go.
Actually,
There you
met Harrison Ford one time. Very cool guy.
You met him?
Yes.
It's amazing that you brought up someone's name one time.
I don't have a
without-
personal relationship with him. I just
Mr. X.
I ate in the same Chinese
Miss-
restaurant with him one time. Swear. Yeah. He is the most. You look
Yeah.
at the guy. He's not. He's wearing this flannel shirt and jeans.
Really?
And you
He's
think this
common
guy's one of
guy?
the one of the biggest movie stars in the
How
world.
cool is that?
He
I like
not-
him more
yeah,
after
he is
hearing
not.
that.
Well, I don't know what he's like. It's just that he doesn't look like a movie star. He just looks like a regular guy.
And no one bothered him?
No,
No.
not in
Same-
L.A.
same here.
You don't do it in L.A.
Bourbon Street, just walking.
in
We
Santa
walked
Monica.
by.
No shit.
Yeah.
I love the guy, too. I like him.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be a nice guy.
Yeah. Hey, we got our word of the day contest.
There we go.
I thought, are we going to read the email? Didn't you get a
We'll get
scathing email? I can't wait to hear
We'll
this.
do the email.
Oh, okay. We'll do the word
after
first.
the word here, and then we'll go to that. Word of the day.
Do both these guys get a shot at it first?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
give these two a shot
Okay.
first here.
T.O.'s going to take a shot.
Inutil. Inutil.
How do you spell that?
Inutile.
Oh, in Utile?
No, it's Inutil.
Okay.
It's Inutil, so fuck off.
Gosh, how is that pronounced? It's
This,
I know what it means, but I'm not sure exactly how it's
Well,
pronounced.
you got me because I don't know what it means.
oh my God.
Well, I
What
don't
say
know.
it
I
again?
might be wrong.
Spell
but
it.
Inutile.
Yeah. Yeah. In
Oh, in
Wait,
Utah.
hold-
Okay.
hold-
I got it.
hold-
All right,
hold
right.
off.
Okay,
That's
well,
how I
you
thought
know
it
what
was
means.
pronounced, but then when Armand didn't.
I think you know what it means.
I swear to God, I checked the word out. It's Inutil.
Inutil.
That's
Yeah,
that's
Inutil.
how-
Yeah.
So
that sounds right.
The accents on the
It's
first
not
syllable.
Inutile. Yeah.
Okay,
So-
well, maybe I'm wrong. I think
I'm
I'm
going to go with useless.
That's what I would say.
Like,
Okay.
Worthless.
And you?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm not even going to try.
I'm say this has no use.
You said it like that?
I don't want to. I don't want to echo what Chris
Well,
said.
Chris said useless, and
Of no use.
and it's of no use,
No utility.
of no use or service.
Okay, you sure that's not pronounced inutile?
That's how it is. I even wrote it down. I had the damn thing play it back
Inutil.
to me.
Inutil.
Inutil.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what it said.
inutil.
All right, you get a half there, Chris.
Hey,
T.O., you get nothing.
Good.
And
does T.O. get to come back on the show though?
well,
Have you made up your mind yet?
he's been doing really well.
I think he's behaving himself.
Yeah, he's been really good.
Let's see what happens when you say Brandy Chastain.
Oh,
Well, he uses the C word for that. Why, man, he blew his stack.
Yeah, he did blow a stack on that one, but that's for
That
another
was a
show.
volcanic reaction.
Yeah.
Today's
What do you think about it?
so why do I only get a half a point for that one?
All right, we should
Chris
give him
is,
a half a point.
Chris is angry about the
No,
scoring.
I mean, why do I only get a half a point?
Well,
you got it.
I tell you why, because you didn't give the definition like
I didn't know I
he
had to
did.
give definitions.
I mean, it
Exact.
It's
That
because you challenged
was. You got
his
a half. You
pronunciation.
got a half a point. What do you
Jesus
want?
Christ,
So, what do you
okay.
think about women taking off their shirts though at athletic events?
I'm very much for it,
yeah.
especially if they're Brazilian or Argentinian
Yeah.
She's
in
American,
the
though.
stands,
just
or
when-
German in the stands.
When
but-
you're not an overrated player, that is.
all right, that's another segment here. Come on,
Well,
I
he
gotta
may never
move the
come
show
back. I
on
want to
here.
get this out of him.
No, he'll be
We're running out
back.
of time.
I kind of like the guy.
So the
Okay,
Ocho
okay.
Man, I have mail for everybody. I don't
Well,
know. If,
we're
have
not,
something?
We're not there
Wait a
yet.
minute, wait a
We're
minute.
not there yet.
Got
now
another
we got
word, man.
Now we got no. We're done with the
No,
words.
we got an event of the day.
Today's date in history, March 6th.
Right.
Something went down in Texas
What year?
in the
That's also,
1800s.
that's also part of
The
the question.
1800s. Can you be a little more specific?
Something went down March 6th in the 1800s in San Antonio.
Bruce.
San Antonio. Let's see. Well, with the Alamo,
What's yours?
Battle of the
That's the
Alamo,
only thing I know that happened.
1837.
It's the only
Well-
thing I know that happened in
Yeah.
San Antonio is the
It
Alamo.
wasn't the battle. It was the 13-day siege ended today as the Mexican forces took the Alamo.
So it was
Oh,
the
I think-
Alamo.
Did I get half a point for that, or I get
I'll give you a half. So
Well, I read a book about that, and then this one guy claims that they weren't exactly as heroic as everybody says they were. In fact, like Bowie
great,
and all
great.
those guys.
Now piss off my Texas people.
Well, I don't know.
I already
mean,
got one
just
guy
one
in
book.
Texas
It's not my
named
opinion.
Bruce.
They're saying that all those guys were, they're begging for their lives and they were cowards, and I don't believe it. I don't buy
13-day
it.
siege.
Yeah,
so
13-day
something
siege.
had to be holding up there
You
for
think they had
13
diapers?
days.
Where did they piss?
They pissed anywhere they wanted.
Yeah, those
Also,
Texans,
something
boy,
else went down
they're real
today
men down there.
in sports.
In San Antonio?
No, I'll just give this out to you guys. March 6th, Babe Ruth signs with the Yankees. for $52,000, making him
That's
the
big money.
highest.
What year?
Gosh, I didn't write that one down, but it's today. It was
Because I remember they asked
March
him
6th.
later on, and when he signed another contract for 100 or 150, they said, "You're making more than the president," and he said, "Yeah, I had a better year."
Yeah,
It was
that's
Herbert Hoover.
quoted.
He didn't have a good year.
Yeah, so today, in March 6th, God, I can't believe I didn't write down the year, but he made $52,000, signing him as the highest paid contract.
Well, you know why the
player.
Boston Red Sox traded him to the Yankees?
For money reasons, wasn't it? For them to have...
for
they got paid.
Frazee, the guy who owned Boston, wanted to put on No No Nanette on Broadway, a Broadway show.
Yeah,
So he needed money, and he sold Babe Ruth
Oh,
to put that show on Broadway.
What a a-hole.
There you go.
What a a-hole.
Yeah, and we thought we got a good deal with Ernie Broglio for Lou Brock.
Let's get to our emails now.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
This is becoming jejune.
So the first one we have here is to the Ochoman. It says, after listening to last week's podcast...
Who's this from, by the way?
This is from Brendan in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Milwaukee now.
Good town. I love
I
Milwaukee.
fucking hate Milwaukee.
What's the matter with Milwaukee?
I don't like
It's a
Milwaukee.
nice,
I don't know,
pretty
I'm
city.
This
Anyway.
guy probably doesn't like me either. Let's go.
Well, he doesn't now.
After last week, when you guys were talking about the females of the 90s, you had your discussion about Pamela Anderson.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Jim Hurley. He asked what your Mount Rushmore of female celebrities of the 1990s would be.
All right.
He said his is Pamela Anderson,
Right on.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen
Who?
from Saved by the Bell, Kelly Kapowski.
Oh.
No, not her.
I'm just telling you what he has.
Okay, go ahead.
Jessica Simpson
Yeah, it's not bad.
and Tracy Bingham.
Who's she?
I actually had to look up who
Which
Tracy
one?
Bingham was.
Yeah,
Tracy
which one?
Bingham was the black girl on Baywatch.
That's right.
Oh, the black chick?
Very attractive gal.
Oh, wow, I
Forgot
love
about
black
her.
chicks, yeah.
I think I just have 4 Pamela Andersons.
I think mine. You know what? There's 4 of us here. Well, why don't we name our 4? Mine would be Halle Berry.
Yeah, but the question is, now, Mount Rushmore is just their heads.
Right.
Are we talking about their body or just a beautiful
Oh,
face?
I think we have to go with the whole body.
the whole body.
Yeah, I would say Halle Berry.
Still Pamela Anderson.
I would say. Let's bring up. You know what? Let's go back to the. What was that? It was Saved by the Bell, but it was. I say Robin Givens would have been there.
Mike Tyson's?
Mike Tyson's chick always did something for me. I got 2 black chicks on my.
Is that the one he beat the shit out of?
He didn't beat anybody.
He was married.
Now,
he
don't
was
get him
married
started
to her.
again.
He was married to her.
We've already had his homily on that.
Halle Berry, that chick right there that I just mentioned. What's her name?
Robin Givens.
Robin Givens, yeah. And how about Pamela Anderson?
Yeah, now
Yeah, you
you're
need
talking.
one more.
Now you're talking.
And
Jessica Simpson's a good call. She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Boy.
yeah, let's
Before she porked up.
Oh, she get fat?
dude,
Oh,
she
she
was
got big.
pregnant though.
No.
You know, that shit
no
falls.
She
excuse.
put on a ton of weight, man.
All right, well, she's good looking again. She's hot again.
Good.
All right, so that I'll go with Jessica Simpson. Let's roll.
So
with
what's
that.
your finals again? Jessica Simpson, Pamela Anderson,
Halle Berry,
and
Mike Tyson's broad there.
okay.
I always had a crush on her when I was.
Armand, do you have them?
I did those 2, Jessica Simpson and Pamela Anderson, twice.
All right, and you, Chris?
Boy, I've been thinking about this.
You know who else is good looking though? I don't know her name. The one that was in.
I'll go with Armand.
You had your
Spitz again.
fucking chance.
Well, I know, but one more just for the hell of it. The one
Right.
that
Make it 5 heads.
the gal that was in the Leonardo DiCaprio movie that just came out, Wolf of Wall Street. His wife.
But that's not in the 90s, though.
Oh, we're
man.
talking about now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
90s.
Yeah, she was probably about 6
that
years old in the
chick is
90s.
unbelievable. Oh,
Wow.
I'll tell you what.
I'm drawing a blank on the one that
When
I'm
he ate
thinking
the coke
of.
out of her ass.
Oh, yeah. That was hot.
The tall.
Tears came to my eyes.
I had to tell the 14-year-old.
Oh, I wept.
Go find an ice cream truck.
Tyra Banks would have been on mine. Tyra Banks was a good one.
Yeah,
I was a fan of hers.
All right,
Okay,
well,
so the next one we have
yeah,
here.
let's
this
move
is
on.
This is to everybody in here.
That was a good question. by the way.
Ochoman and guys.
who's this one from?
This is from Smitty in Vegas.
Smitty. I got a
Smitty.
guy named Vegas.
I hope he can put a
Smitty.
bet in for me.
So it's a,
Yeah, you hang out there. Yeah, go ahead.
May 2nd is shaping up to be one of the biggest days in sports history.
Right.
Is there any day that you can remember that will rival the Kentucky Derby and Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao?
I'm trying to think. I thought about this because I'm having a party on that May 2nd. Yeah.
I'll be there.
And I tell you what, I can't think of anything this big. I
don't know, man. They had the Super Bowl and the Lingerie Bowl. Remember that?
That's nothing, man.
Yeah,
what the
fun.
fuck are you talking about? But no, I can't. Move on. Yeah, that's
two
got to be
cataclysmic sports events on one day.
That's gotta, and you know what? You could have your friends over from morning, from 12 p.m. all the way to midnight watching shit at your house. This is good stuff.
I've got. Who do you have in the fight? Just real quick.
I'm not going to give that out.
Yeah,
yet.
you can't.
You can't give it out.
That'll be anticlimactic. He's
saving
that.
Yes, I do.
I don't think it's going to be a close fight.
Okay, whatever. That's why.
All right, we've got one here. This is
the corner.
Nate the Knoll.
Nate the Knoll.
I'm
Seminole. He's from Florida. Yeah.
Okay. Very, very good.
All right.
A lot has been made about Mia Khalifa and the fact that she is using social media to reach out to future Florida State recruits.
Who's she?
She's a hot porn star.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any weight to this complaint? First off, second, do you think that? I'm sorry.
One thing, you can't even fucking read the email.
I got tripped up on it. How he's got this.
And he was doing
here.
so well.
Yeah.
Banished again.
Do you think this is something that could become common in college sports, to where you have these?
Who said it could come common? This is a common thing already.
But this is on social media. This isn't recruits going to the school and them having a couple girls.
What did she do? I'm not
this
aware.
This girl
of
is actively tweeting and sending messages to future prospects,
prospective students to come to athletes to come.
She's not soliciting anything, but
and
she
how
is.
Can they stop her for doing it if she's not an
of course
official representative of the
there's
school?
There's nothing wrong with this. This is why I got into football anyway. Look into cheerleaders.
Porn star?
I tell you what, as a little kid playing football, I couldn't wait to meet chicks on the sideline and stuff like that. And that's what football is all about. That's what playing sports is all about, to meet girls, bottom line.
I hope that the NCAA has to recognize this and put something somewhere in their bylaws, in the recruitment process, about
barring this,
about porn stars and social media.
What are you talking about?
I think it would be
funny.
funny.
Keep your Father Murphy ass out of it.
I think it would be funny.
He's more righteous than you are.
No kidding. I'm here just representing this Hoffman guy.
No wonder he's so interested in Tim Tebow's virginity.
Are we done with the email?
He's a virgin.
Are you afraid of Bruce? Are you not wanting to hear Bruce?
Are you kidding? He's back.
Bruce is back.
I had a feeling we hadn't heard the last of Bruce.
We'll save Bruce for the last one. We've got one more. This is from Flying Brian Jones.
Flying, what the rest
of have some awesome names.
I'm not really,
Says,
guys,
he's going to walk the ropes with you.
I'm about to take my first trip on spring break in 2 weeks.
First triple?
His first trip.
Oh.
To spring break. Oh. I look forward to listening to your podcast on my flights, which leads me to think, have any of you guys been on spring break?
Oh, yeah.
If not,
Fort Lauderdale.
What's one of the best trips you've had?
Fort Lauderdale.
03.
I lived in Miami.
Panama City Beach.
Yeah, that's a good plan. How old is he?
City Beach.
Is he a college kid?
Yeah, I think college.
Yes.
Right.
Daytona.
By the way, stop on that because I've heard so much on our production guy, Chris.
Yeah.
When I went to Mizzou to watch a football game, I told him I'm friends with him and he's my production guy. This guy said, "Are you talking about Chris?" And they mentioned the last name. I go, "Yeah." This guy used to get whatever the team, what chicks, you want chicks, this is the guy to get. I mean, this guy always... He
was like the guy on the longest yard then. What was his name? The caretaker.
Well, the
caretaker was a
sneaky little prick, though. But
hey, there you go. Hey, if the shoe fits.
He got Bernadette Peters for Burt Reynolds.
I mean, this guy, I'm telling you what, any party, this guy was a coordinator. How about that?
The facilitator.
I didn't do a whole lot of the school part of school. I did
a
whole lot
requests.
of the social part.
Okay, you still have that kind of juice?
Yeah, I just...
All right, damn it.
The one piece of advice I'd give to Brian is not to refer to himself as Flying Brian.
Yeah, that's
might,
suggestion number one.
Yeah, that might help.
We'll come up with it.
Especially if he goes to spring break.
And then here
Flying Brian.
Yeah, these days he'd probably be a sensitive Brian.
Hey, girls, it's me, Flying Brian.
That was pretty good.
That might work.
That was pretty good. What's our last one here?
Here's the main event of the emails.
Oh,
this is from Bruce.
Boy, May 2nd got here a little early, huh?
Bruce. What's he going to do? Take another shot?
Do we have a drum roll?
Says, hey, pal.
Oh, hey, pal.
It's your buddy Bruce from San Antonio again.
Okay, great to hear you, Bruce.
Better put your hat on.
I'm still not buying that you played real football, but whatever.
There, go on. Is that all he said?
You're not from Texas, so you don't even know what real football is, my friend.
Jeez.
All right, what else?
What does Bruce think about global warming?
My question this week is, I'm curious if you have seen Friday Night Tykes.
Friday Night Tykes?
Yeah.
It is a show that takes place in my hometown and showcases the talent of youth football in Texas.
Oh.
It's really it's a good show. It's about these little kids, like pee-wee kids.
Oh, okay, playing football.
And you can't believe.
Is it more the kids or their parents?
Yeah, coaches, parents.
Right.
I mean,
I figure
the pressure that
the
they're
same thing
under.
with that show about the kids that dance. Their mothers and everything.
I didn't watch any fucking show like that.
Well, it's on the Bravo channel. I love it.
If you have seen
it's
this
after Love Story.
I'm sorry.
Fuck 'em.
There's more.
There's more.
Because this is where it gets interesting.
Oh.
If you have seen the show,
I knew he wasn't going to stop.
Yeah, he's a long-winded fellow.
If you have seen the show, do you think the 5th and 6th graders in Texas could beat a lot of the high school teams in the Midwest where you're from?
Yeah, Bruce. We're usually getting our ass kicked by pee-wee kids from Texas. You little prick, you.
I also gather that you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah. What? Now you're going to rip on my Cowboys?
I would like to issue a challenge in Cowboy trivia.
Ooh.
You know, Bruce, after your common sense question here about your pee-wee kids beating up our high school kids in football, I don't have time to answer these type of ridiculous. I'm the head cowboy here, my friend. I know more cowboys than you. You probably, the only cowboy you got is the
Who was Mr. Cowboy?
That's Bob Lilly.
Very good. You're right.
So do you accept Bruce's challenge, or do you?
Well, I don't know how we would do this. I don't know how we do this. What, I'm going to sit here, talk to an empty guy at a chair?
I can reach out to Bruce via email and try to work something out.
Get his phone number. And
info at Ochoman.com, Bruce.
Well, no. We'll try to. I'll tell you
what,
what,
tell
Bruce.
You the truth. It's a little more plausible that pee-wee kids from Texas can beat Illinois high school kids.
We should have them
on.
You're talking about guys that said farts cure cancer.
Missouri. We're Missouri.
I mean,
that's fucking true too. I don't care what the hell Chris is saying.
Hey, we should have him on the show.
We should
get him on the phone.
Get him on. Send him an email.
Send him an
email. And no, fuck him.
No, fuck him. We can get him on the studio line.
Yeah, get him like we did the Armand. Get him like we did Armand last week on Skype.
So you accept the challenge?
I'll accept the challenge, whatever he wants to do.
And get his wife's phone number for me.
Yeah. All right, my friends, it's time for the Ochoman picks. Give me the sound.
Give him a drum roll.
Get ready.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Get set. It's time for the Ochoman's big picks of the day.
Bad to the bone. Well, I tell you what, my friends, the Ochoman on the last show, he got cursed by the fucking Armand by opening my mouth and saying I'm over 500 and so forth. That last show, I took a butt kicking on that one. I went 2-3, I think, and that's not like the Ochoman. The whole show last
Tuesday?
week.
Yeah, that whole show.
Yeah,
I think we had to apologize for that, but I wasn't here.
Yeah, you weren't here. You were talking.
You just saw my ectoplasmic self. That's not the same.
Tony was next to me.
It was like astral projection.
He had his shoes off, the feet.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I wonder if sniffing those will cure cancer. Now, those will cause cancer.
No, that will cause cancer.
Hey, that's my business, buddy.
That's my zombie.
That's my office, you know. That remind you of my office?
Oh, yeah. Well, I got one game for you guys today, but I got a couple prop plays with it, too, that I think we may have a yeah. winner here.
Hey, my stock, though, is doing well.
You'll get your chance right after my pick
I want to boast a little bit.
Francis.
Yeah. Columbus.
I'll kill you.
All right, shut the fuck up here. It's NHL time. Columbus versus New Jersey. The Devils are riding a nice 2-game winning streak, my friends. Last game, they took care of business with the Predators. Columbus is in a complete mess. They've lost their last 7 games. The Devils win this one easily. And here's the line on this one. Minus 140 to 150. Forget about it. That's gravy play right there. I'm going to take that one. The puck line, 1.5. Boom, I'm all over that one. And I got an under on this one being 5. Now, odds makers have made this 5, not 5.5. Why? Because it's going to be a 3-0 or 3-1 type of game here. I'm all over New Jersey. That's my big play. The New Jersey Devils taking on Columbus. Lock and load, my friends. That's what the Ochoman's got. What's your big stock play? What's been going on?
Last Friday I gave you Bank of America. It was at 15.79, I believe.
Right.
Today it hit 16.62.
Why, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, backed off a little bit, but it's still 16.40. It's doing real well. I say carry it till 17 and then dump it.
Dump it at 17, my
next
friends.
week they're going to increase the dividend. It should jack it up to 17.
There you go. You can't go wrong with that. You got a stock report. You got the play here. You got the day's event. Everything's been going around. Hey, thanks for being on the show.
More fun
have
in
a
person.
great weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks.
T.O.?
Yeah.
Thanks, T.O.
All right. And Chris?
Yeah, if you want to find the Ochoman, just find us on our website, ochoman.com, iTunes Store, Stitcher, and Ochoman at ochoman.com.
Well, that was a beautiful show, my friends. Have a great weekend. My friends out there, be safe. From the Ochoman crew, we are out of here.
And it ain't over now. Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who's with me? Let's go. Come on. Ah!
The Ochoman, Behind the Eight Ball, only on Ignotainment. Leave us your questions and comments below this podcast in the comments section of the iTunes Podcast Store.